With the championship series starting in the MLB, big trades around the NFL, and some unbelievable games in college football, we're coming out of a great week for sports. Is this year going to be a Subway Series? Is Georgia going to upset Texas this weekend? We're about to dig into all this and more. I'm your host, Joey Antonucci, and today I'm joined by Sebastian Bruno and Logan Patel. You're watching The Sports Lounge. In my opinion, I don't think they'll even make it that far. That's blasphemy.
No. They blow all these trash teams, but they can't get it done.
After taking a commanding 2-0 lead over the Guardians, how can the Yankees continue the success that they've had?
Well, I think, Joey, they just got to get runners in scoring position, and they got to just drive them in when they're in scoring position. You can't just rely on the solo homers like from Soto and Judge. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, everything's working right now. Just rely on the bullpen, which is doing good so far. And, yeah, I think they should be okay.
Yeah, bullpen's been doing great. Luke Weaver found a new role as the closer, moved Clay Holmes up as the setup spot, and he's been doing great.
Yeah, I like Holmes in that setup spot. I feel like he's more comfortable with the pressure off and just setting up Luke Weaver. Just get the 5
after Luke Weaver had awful year last year, he's come back, went 17 innings, no runs. So he's been pitching great for the Yankees so far.
Yeah, Judge in the playoffs hasn't been Judge from the regular season, but I think that 2-run homer last night was really going to spark him to Yankees to win the World Series this year.
Usually he's the guy you intentionally walk when there's a man on second and third. They intentionally walk to get to him. So I feel like that might have started something. Yeah. He was able to get a sac fly off of that, hit a homer later. So
yeah, it definitely made him mad, made him want to play better for sure.
Yeah. So assuming the Yankees are able to clinch their spot in the World Series, will we see a Subway Series between the Yankees and the Mets, or will we see the historic matchup between the Yankees and the Dodgers?
I think it's going to be Yankees-Dodgers. I think the Mets can't really hang with the Dodgers. They got one win, but I don't really see them taking it home.
I'm going to take the Mets.
Really?
I think the Mets are going to continue their magical run this postseason. I feel like they've gone through every team. You know, the Brewers were tough. Yep. Phillies obviously are tough. And now they just got to beat the Dodgers, who probably have the best roster in the league. Yeah. But I feel like if their players can just come up. And the Dodgers players aren't playing like really up to par. I know in Game 1 they flattened them, but Game 2 the Mets responded. And I feel like going back to Queens, the Mets can take 2 out of 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no one thought they were going to beat the Phillies. No one thought they were going to make the playoffs at one point. Able to beat the Brewers, beat the Phillies, who no one thought they were going to beat. Now coming off a win against the Dodgers, I think they have a chance. I would love to see a Subway Series, and I think that would feed New York.
Yeah, I'd like to see it too, but I just don't think it would happen, to be honest.
Yeah, the Dodgers, they do have Ohtani, Betts. Betts isn't playing that well.
Freeman.
Yeah.
So, we're less than a week away from the NBA season starting. Who's your guys' finals predictions?
I got New York Knicks versus the Thunder.
Knicks Thunder.
In the finals,
really?
I got the Knicks taking it down, too.
I'm going to take Celtics versus the Lakers.
Lakers.
Give me the Lakers to win.
Lakers to win. All right. Here's a question, though. Assuming the Lakers win, which, in my opinion, I don't think they'll even make it that far. Okay? Does that make LeBron the GOAT?
LeBron's all ready to go.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
LeBron's all ready to go.
No. All right. How? How?
Well, LeBron has 40,000 points.
Okay.
LeBron's been doing it better
playing for 30
longer.
years.
He's been playing for 23 seasons.
Jordan would score 50 in 30
He's averaged
years.
25 points for over 22 seasons.
Let me ask you this. What's LeBron in the finals?
Okay. Yeah, he
What's LeBron in the finals?
He has a worse record than Jordan.
Question. Just answer the question.
He's 4-6.
What's Jordan in the finals?
6-0.
6-0. That's all I got to say.
He played in a different era.
Against Larry Bird, one of the best players. Magic Johnson, one of the best point guards of all time.
Larry Bird was old by then.
No, he
so was
wasn't.
Magic, yeah.
That's blasphemous.
No, Larry Bird and Magic were old by then. Jordan didn't play anybody in the finals. His best competition was Karl Malone and John Stockton.
You say that like John Stockton's bad. One of the best passers of all time.
Look who LeBron has to play in the finals. Curry, Durant, Thompson, Draymond.
Klay Thompson just went 0 for 9 last night.
Yeah, he was washed.
Yeah, he's washed now.
And NBA championships is a team stat.
you can't base.
What did the Bulls do? Did they win a championship when Jordan left? No. When they came back, they won 3 more.
They won 52 games with Pippen.
Did they win Did they win the finals?
No, but
No, they didn't.
Jordan came back.
And they won the finals.
No, they lost in the second round.
They were already in the playoffs.
They lost in the second round
They
to
were
the
already,
Magic.
the season had already started. You don't count that as a real season.
You put LeBron on MJ's Bulls, they're clearing everyone. And
Yeah.
if you put MJ on the Lakers or the Cavs, they're not winning.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron came back 3-1, 73-9 Warriors, best team of all time.
No.
Yes.
The 90
No,
Bulls are.
No.
That Warriors team is best of all time. 73-9
They
record.
won the championship.
No, because
The Bulls are.
who'd they play? They played LeBron.
Jordan's better than LeBron. That's the only argument there is.
It's false.
He's the greatest player of all time.
No, he's not.
It's not.
LeBron might be
LeBron.
a better player. Jordan's the greatest.
You're just going off the championships.
Yeah.
Which that would make him the greatest of all time.
No.
Okay?
You think greatest and best are different?
100%.
That's a good point.
He's the
but,
greatest of all time. You go 6-0 in the finals, you're the greatest of all time.
I mean,
Yeah,
Two
you could-
three-peats?
All right, then you could make a argument for Bill Russell.
11 championships,
Yeah.
exactly.
He played against plumbers.
Yeah.
So did Jordan.
Yeah, so did
Jordan
Jordan.
not played
So
against
did Jordan.
plumbers. Have you seen Larry Bird highlights?
Larry Bird was good in the 80s.
They called LeBron James, or they've called Michael Jordan Black Jesus for a reason.
I'm
okay?
beating Larry Bird in a one-on-one.
Yeah.
That's some of the. All right, no, that's,
Larry Bird played in the 80s. Jordan was good in the 90s. Same thing with Magic. They were both old by the time they played Jordan. Yeah.
Okay. All right, weird.
Yeah, it's next topic.
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
Next topic.
All right, who's your MVP for your
MVP this season,
NBA?
Luka Doncic.
Really?
Luka Doncic.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that was my pick. I think he got robbed last year, and I think he'll get it this year.
Yeah, Luka has a good shot to average a triple-double this year.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, I think he'll average 30-plus points.
Okay. All right. Upcoming rookies. Who do you think's gonna win the Rookie of the Year?
I think it's the Alex Sarr dude.
Alex
Yeah.
Sarr. I don't know. This rookie class is kind of weak, but
Well, compared to Wemby for last year, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't really
Yeah.
compare it.
I mean, Sarr's a good pick, but
You don't got Bronny.
no, definitely not Bronny. I'd probably go probably Reed Shepard on the Rockets.
Okay. All right.
Speaking of Wembanyama, I think he's got Defensive Player of the Year. He should have won it last year.
I was gonna say
Got
same
robbed
thing.
by Gobert, but yeah, he's for sure taking it down this year.
You know, I like Anthony Davis this year.
Really?
You know, I'm really high in the Lakers this year. I
Yeah,
think.
you seem a big Lakers guy.
Yeah, I mean, with the new coach coming in, JJ Redick, I feel like he's got the guys, you know, ready to play rather than Darvin Ham, who's got his hands in his pockets. So I feel like he's got the guys ready to play, especially Anthony Davis, who's looking to stay healthy for the entire year.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Yeah.
So only a short segment for the NBA, but now to the biggest, college football. One of the best games of the year we've seen, Oregon versus Ohio State. How was Oregon able to outlast the favorite Ohio State in that game?
Well, I feel like Oregon, you know, they just used the deep game. Like, they kept throwing it downfield, taking their shots, abusing the Ohio State corners
Yeah.
with their fast receivers, especially Tez Johnson. You know, putting up 32 points against Ohio State. Like,
Yeah, you got Jeremiah Smith.
yeah, I mean, you just got to just
They got
outscore
Caleb
them.
Downs on the defensive side, you know.
You just got to outscore Ohio State. Like, it's hard to stop them on defense. So
I think when Dylan Gabriel's on, Oregon's is the best team in the country.
Yes, yeah.
I have them over Texas when Dylan Gabriel's playing like he should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel's gunslinger. When he's on, he's on.
yeah,
Can't stop him.
So Oregon or Ohio State, another loss to a top 5 team. They're 1-5 against top 5 teams with Ryan Day. 1-3 against Michigan. Is there a problem with Ryan Day?
Yeah, I think so. They blow all these trash teams, but they can't get it done in the big stage.
Big games.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I absolutely agree because like they go through the season. You know, they go 11-0, and then they get to Michigan.
Michigan.
And then what do? They got blown out.
Yep.
I mean, Ryan Day, he can't win against the big teams. Like Oregon, they should have won that game. If they had it, and they should have won. Ryan Day blew it. So, I mean, yeah.
So you're saying all these things, but in my opinion, do you think Oregon is actually legit this year? I think I have them as top 2 team in the country at least. Do you think they're legit this year, or is Ohio State just not good in those big games?
Oregon's definitely legit.
Legit.
I got them in my national championship this year.
I think it's like a little mix of both, honestly. I mean, Oregon, you know, they're a good team, especially talking about Dylan Gabriel. You know, when he's on, he's on. When he's on, it like reflects around the whole team. So, yeah, I mean, Oregon is definitely a legit team,
Mm-hmm.
but it also comes down to Ryan Day not being able to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another really good game, Penn State versus USC. Is Penn State the team to beat, or you guys still leaning with Oregon after they just beat Ohio State?
I think it's definitely still Oregon. Penn State, close game against the now
USC.
3-3 USC. So, yeah, I think it's still Oregon.
Yeah, it's still Oregon for me. I mean, they just beat the originally favored Ohio State. So, I mean, Penn State, they're right behind Oregon in my opinion, or third behind Ohio State still. But, yeah, Oregon, probably still the team to beat.
Still on that game, Lincoln Riley went 8-5 last year. Started off great this year with the win over ranked LSU, in which they were not favored in. But now they're down to 3-3. Is Lincoln Riley's time at USC coming to an end?
I mean, probably. Yes, yeah. I mean, they had a good roster last year, but their defense
Caleb
let them down.
Williams, number one overall pick, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, their defense let them down last year, but they got a new defensive coordinator this year, and now it seems like they can't score.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think his time's coming to an end soon.
Yeah, he needed Caleb Williams for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, all of his success just comes from Caleb Williams. Either it was at Oklahoma or now at USC. Yeah, he needed Caleb Williams.
Yeah, even last year with Caleb Williams, their defense let them down.
Yeah.
So,
Couldn't win the big games. And
Yeah.
Another really close game. Game could have went either way. Alabama versus South Carolina. Is there any worry for Alabama in their eyes? Is that
Yeah, for sure. Bama should have lost that game if it weren't for the quarterback Sellers, which sold the game. So, yeah, he threw that ball way overthrown right into the Alabama defense. So,
yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of worry for Alabama because, they just lost to Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
I mean, they beat Georgia, and then you lose to Vanderbilt.
Mhm.
And they almost lose to South Carolina at home, which is obviously a big test. But, it is still the SEC. But, yeah, there's definitely some worry for Alabama.
I don't know. I think Kalen DeBoer, he's got his guys right. I think he's a great coach. He's won everywhere he's been at. And I think there's going to be a little worry. But you got to think they're always going to win these big games. Coming up, they got a huge game against Tennessee going into Knoxville. I think let's just skip to that one now. Who do you guys think is going to win that one?
I got Tennessee.
Tennessee, really?
I got Tennessee.
Me too,
They're
Tennessee.
at home. They got home field advantage. I think Nico's really going to ball out this game.
Tennessee just struggled against Florida at home. I think Alabama's 10 times better than Florida.
Yeah,
I think Alabama might.
Again, it is still the SEC. Every team's good in the SEC.
It's true.
So, all these games are going to be competitive, but I think they're going to be up for the game. It's Alabama. They beat them last time in 2022 when they were at home. I think it's definitely going to be a shootout because, Alabama's defense looks like they can't stop anything. So, yeah. And Nico, shown he could potentially be Heisman candidate in a few years. But, yeah, I think he's
Still got a
ball
lot of
out.
mistakes, but
Yeah,
shown
yeah.
great potential.
Yeah, especially for that. It's only one loss against Arkansas.
Yeah.
They can definitely bounce back from that,
Mhm.
and I think they're going to
100%.
beat Alabama.
Every team has their good and bad weeks. So, yeah, you see Bama lost to Vanderbilt.
You just think Bama has had too many bad weeks?
Yeah, I think-
USF, they
yeah.
played close until the fourth quarter. Vandy lost to.
Yeah.
South Carolina, another close game. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I see where you guys come from.
Mhm.
K-State versus Colorado, Kansas State versus Colorado. Who's to blame for this loss for Colorado?
To be honest, I think it's Coach Prime.
Coach Prime.
Yeah.
Really?
The defense and the
Defense.
offensive line. Shador is leading them down the field. They scored 3 straight touchdowns to take the lead. And then in 2 plays, they let up a 50-yard touchdown. So, yeah, I think it's probably
Do you guys
the
think
defense.
K-State has any chance? I think they're a really good team. They
They're
only
good-
lost to
they're
BYU.
good- Yeah, they're a good team, but they're not playoff worthy.
No?
I don't think they are either. I think they're in the 25 to 15 range in the
Okay.
rankings. I don't think they're going to touch the playoffs this year, though.
This another loss for Colorado, moves into 4-2.
Mm.
Does this affect their chances? Do you think they have any chance of making the Big 12 championship anymore?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I
Really?
mean, BYU, they look pretty good.
You're only 2 top teams though. Utah's got 2 losses now.
Yeah.
You still have K-State, Kansas State. You still have Kansas State, Iowa State, and BYU. But other than those 3 teams,
What about Arizona State? Are they 5-1?
I don't think they can hold that record
Yeah,
full season.
Okay.
I just think if Colorado can continue playing and they just get their defense a little better, I think they still have a chance actually to make the. Because they played some great games, blew out UCF, in which People didn't think they were going to blow them out that bad.
Yeah. I mean, if Shador, he's got pinpoint accuracy. You know, if he's on, then he's going to win him
great
games.
Receivers.
He's going to win him games.
Yeah.
I mean, the receivers were also injured last game.
Travis Hunter
They
got
still
hurt.
put up 28 points.
Yeah.
It's like that's what I'm saying. It's on the defense, but for their Big 12 chances, I don't really see them getting into this Big 12 championship.
Okay.
And I think that's their only route to the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
But
100%.
yeah, I don't think I see them touching the Big 12
I think
championship.
mainly it's the offensive line. You know, a couple weeks ago, Shador was throwing shade at his own O-line, saying that how many times did Dylan Raiola get touched, and
Can't
that
do
was none. I'm pretty sure.
Can't blame on your
Yeah.
You can't blame your line.
Yeah, especially
That's
as
the
a
one
quarterback,
thing.
you're trying to be a leader. Like you see, he has the L on his shirt.
Those guys
trying to be a
protect
leader.
you.
Yeah, you can't just bash your O-line. That makes them not
Doesn't matter
want
how
to protect
bad.
you.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter how bad they're
Yeah.
doing. You can't never throw your line on the
No,
bus.
never.
LSU versus Ole Miss, another really close game, great game. This loss for Ole Miss, does that push them out of playoff contention?
No, I don't think it does. They would have to win out with some help, though. Yeah.
Some help.
So.
Yeah, is that's their third loss?
Second, only second.
Okay, only second loss, but it definitely hurts their chances. But I don't think they're gonna get to the SEC championship game. But they're gonna have to win out and get some help. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
these
the SEC is
few teams will
unbelievable
lose
this
a couple games. Yeah, they definitely need to win out. If they lose one more game, they're done.
Yeah, and they need some like Big Ten teams to lose.
year. I still think even if they do win out, I don't think they have enough. Loss to Kentucky, a loss to LSU. LSU is a great team.
Yeah.
But that loss to Kentucky,
Yeah, that
that's
Kentucky
really gonna
loss
hurt
is
them.
pretty bad.
But yeah, I don't think even if they do win out, crazy things are gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
We talked about Ohio State and Alabama. You got two really young wide receivers, a 17-year-old Ryan Williams. Would you rather have him or the Ohio State star Jeremiah Smith?
Yeah, I think Brian Williams is a better deep threat, but all-around receiver, I would want Jeremiah Smith on my team.
Yeah, I agree with that. Ryan Williams, he picks up the big yards in the big games, but Jeremiah Smith seems like the more complete player to me. Like I watched him against Oregon. He scored a touchdown. He was their leading receiver, I'm pretty sure. And he's only a freshman.
Yeah.
I mean, I like him better than Ryan Williams.
And they have two great receivers in Emeka Egbuka and obviously Jeremiah Smith with both had 100 yards versus Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with those two stars, who's your guys' Heisman finalist or Heisman winner?
I like Ashton Genty.
Ashton Genty from Boise State.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 1,200 rushing yards. He's played like 6
probably
games.
has a really good chance of breaking Barry Sanders' record.
They're saying he's going to break Barry Sanders' record.
Best running back.
Yeah,
NFL probably of all time, one of them.
Yeah, he's got 1,200 yards, like 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's actually unbelievable.
Every time Ashton Genty touches the ball, he has a chance to score. He's the best college running back I've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've never seen anything
You have
like
Ashton
that.
Genty as well?
No, I don't know what Colorado's lost, but Travis Hunter is definitely up there because we've never seen someone do what he does on both sides of the ball. So
Yeah, I mean, this year we got best running back all time in college football, probably. Maybe other than Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
But
Reggie Bush.
Yeah, Reggie Bush too. And then we've also got Hunter. He's playing both sides of the ball. He's playing like 100 snaps per game.
I think both those players are great. Ashton Genty is unbelievable. Travis Hunter, unbelievable. I think if Miami's able to win out though, which I think they'll lose a game. I think they'll eventually lose to Clemson this year. But if Miami's able to win out, I think Cam Ward, if he continues what he's doing, I think he's going to win the Heisman.
Yeah. You think they're gonna beat Louisville?
Louisville, I don't know. It's going to be a close game. It's at Louisville.
Yeah.
I do think Miami's going to win that game though.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be a close game, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. They're going to have a comfortable lead the whole game.
14,
They're gonna,
something.
Yeah, I'll say Miami to win that game.
Okay. So we got our upcoming games now. Biggest game of the week, one of the biggest games of the year, Texas versus Georgia. After letting Mississippi State hang around, it's still a 10-point victory, but that's not what you want against Mississippi State as the number 5 team in the country. How does Georgia bounce back against now the number 1 team in the country, Texas?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Texas has got it all the way. I mean, Carson Beck, I don't really think he's the answer to a national championship. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, me either. I'm really not a big fan of Carson Beck's game. Yeah, I mean, I saw him against Alabama. I mean, the first half was really bad, but, he turned it up in the second half.
I disagree. I think Carson Beck's actually a good quarterback. I think he's got to work on some stuff a lot.
Yeah.
But I think I have Georgia actually winning this game.
Yeah.
Me personally, I think
I don't know.
it's going to be a great game. I think, but Georgia, they have that winning mentality.
Yeah.
You look at their losses over the last 3 years, have only been to Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think there's a reason.
Quinn
Kirby
Ewers-
Smart, he's got that winning mentality. I think he wins these big games.
Quinn Ewers coming back. They blew out Oklahoma. They were ranked. Yeah, I mean, the only way Georgia wins is if they have a good balance between their rushing and passing.
Yeah, and Oklahoma's Texas's biggest rival, and they beat them by like
Red River
30. They
rivalry.
beat them by 31.
Yeah.
Coming in, they're at home now against Georgia. I mean, I don't see them losing to Georgia, who lost against Alabama. So,
All right, now we're going to go to our picks for this upcoming week. Florida versus Kentucky. This is a game that UF needs to win if they want any chance at making a bowl game. Are they able to do that?
no.
No.
I think Florida got it.
I'd have to agree. I think Florida needs to win. I think DJ Lagway is capable. I think Mertz is better at this point, but Lagway is definitely capable of leading them to a win.
Yeah.
I feel like this Kentucky at home is going to be tough, obviously. And again, it's the SEC, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think DJ Lagway, he's gonna after the season he's gonna draw a lot of interest from the top teams to transfer. I don't see him staying at Florida.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's especially going to get interest from
While we're on
probably
Florida,
Georgia. So.
Yeah. While we're on Florida, how many games until Napier gets fired?
Soon.
Because let's be honest, it's gonna happen unless he's able to upset maybe Georgia. He needed that one against Tennessee. That would help them.
I think one more loss.
You think they lose to
If they
Kentucky,
lose
he
this
gets
game,
fired?
I think he might be gone or it's at least going to be before the end of the season.
Okay. You think if they lose to Kentucky, he's gone?
I don't know. He might keep his job for the rest of the season, but he's definitely not there.
Not there.
He's
For
not
next
back
season.
next season. 100%.
Even if he makes a bowl game, because I could
Bowl
see them.
game?
I see them beating. I could see them beating Kentucky, and beating FSU, which would put them at 5 wins. LSU, I don't think they're gonna beat.
They're going to have to sneak and win against Georgia.
I think they could possibly beat Ole Miss. I think that's one of those games that, and who knows, Georgia, neutral site. That's a big rivalry. I think they have a chance, and it's either them or Ole Miss. I don't see any way they beat LSU.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to make a bowl game, honestly. They got a really tough schedule this year. They needed to win some more
Hard
games,
schedule of all
games
time.
early.
Yeah, they had a real toughest
Obviously, they make
schedule
a-
they've had in a long time.
Yeah, and with that, Napier's not staying.
Yeah. Michigan at Louisville, or Miami at Louisville. Sorry.
Yeah.
Who wins that game?
Yeah, Miami comfortably.
Comfortably.
27 to 10.
Yeah,
27-10, okay.
I'm taking Miami 34-17.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Miami's gonna win. I think it's gonna be a 31, 24, 27 type game.
Close game.
I think Louisville at home. I think it'll be close.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Cam Ward is a really good quarterback, obviously. They got experienced receivers around him.
Great
Especially-
O-line.
Yeah,
That O-line is
Restrepo.
crazy.
Restrepo's pretty good. So I feel like Cam Ward, he's just going to do what he normally does. He's going to throw the ball every down. And I feel like he's going to pick apart the Louisville defense, and I don't feel like Louisville's going to be able to score.
And if nothing's open, Cam Ward can tuck and run, too. He can make plays, scramble out the pocket, throw on the run. He can do anything.
Yeah.
Now we got Illinois on the uprise. Michigan at Illinois. Who wins this game?
Illinois.
Illinois?
Yeah, I like Illinois to win. I like Illinois to win this game 24 to 23.
24-23. Close.
like-
Okay.
Michigan, I don't like them a lot this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Lost a lot of players.
Yeah.
No,
They lost
what
their
was
team.
it?
Michigan at Illinois.
I think Michigan, because their defense is still good. They got Will Johnson, one of the best corners. Going to be a first-round pick for sure.
I just think if you don't have a QB who's capable of winning, which I don't think they do, you can't win these big games.
no.
Illinois is a good team this year. I think Illinois wins 31-17.
I mean,
Mich-
Illinois, they're pretty good. I mean, Michigan's
Yeah.
not that good. They lost their
Yeah.
whole team to the draft.
Yeah.
So,
National
Yeah,
champion team.
Michigan, they also lost their coach. They lost their star-studded O-line, their star running back, QB, everyone.
very depleted
I
Michigan.
already
team
talked
this
about
year.
that Bama-Tennessee game. You guys both have Tennessee. I think Bama's going to win, though. I
I just feel like Tennessee. I feel like they just got it this week. I don't know. They weren't that great against Florida. Obviously, had to come from behind to win.
Yeah.
But I feel like
they're going to be up for the game 100%. I feel like they took Florida a little too lightly in the
trap
first
game
half.
almost.
Yeah. They took them a little too lightly in the first half. They're not going to be like that with Alabama.
Okay.
They're going to come out shooting.
All right. Another good game. Nebraska looking to move to 5-1, having a great season. Nebraska at Indiana. Indiana's ranked, good, really good team this year. It's gonna be a great game, I think.
Yeah, I see Indiana winning.
Indiana.
Indiana winning. I mean, the Nebraska offense has struggled a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
Raiola, it's his first year playing. Indiana 6-0 and they're ranked. I feel like Indiana's gonna keep rolling. We keep rolling, yeah.
I like Nebraska in this game. Dylan Raiola really looks like Patrick Mahomes, and he claims he's not trying to be like him, but I think it's clearly
Yeah,
he's trying to be like
I mean,
him.
he wears his number. He does his pregame warm up.
Same hair,
Yeah, he dresses like
throws
him.
the same,
Yeah, I
same
mean,
throwing motion.
He's trying to be Mahomes. I mean,
Yeah, and he's not Mahomes at all. Not even close.
yeah, no.
So yeah, I actually have Nebraska winning that game. I think
Yeah.
Raiola good. He's no Mahomes.
Yeah,
I think they got a great
he's
team.
good,
now.
but he's not Mahomes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Patrick
I think
Mahomes.
Indiana's good this year. You know, they're at home.
Yeah.
Their crowd's going to be warmed up for the game, especially because they started so hot. So,
Yep.
yeah, I just think Indiana's going to get to 7-0.
Okay. Last game, UAB at University of South Florida. You're about homecoming night for South Florida. Do you have a backup QB in? Who wins this game?
I don't really want to say this, but USF's definitely winning. I mean, UAB
Okay.
is
I'm
not
about
good
to
at all.
say.
UAB is not good at all. I mean, I don't see any way USF loses, even though they're
Agreed.
they're 2-4.
Yeah.
With the 8th hardest schedule, actually,
Okay.
in college football.
I mean, yeah, the Bulls are 2-4.
Took
but
Alabama to the wire.
They did. Played
Took
pretty well
Miami
against Alabama.
Played good against Miami
I mean,
first
yeah,
half.
Alabama has had trouble against USF for the past 2 years. So
They're just kryptonite. That's why
Yeah.
I heard rumors that's why Nick Saban retires because he didn't want to face
Yeah.
USF.
Oh,
again.
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's true, but
that's definitely not why. but-
No, but yeah, I like USF to win the game against UAB.
Okay.
But, yeah.
all right. We're gonna go to our 12-team playoff predictions now. In the 12th spot, who do you have?
I have Army in the 12th spot. You know, they're
Me too.
yeah.
I like Boise State.
Boise State. I actually have Army upsetting Notre Dame. I think that triple option is unbelievable to stop, and especially when you have a QB who can throw the ball a little bit. So I think they'll be able to win that game.
Well, you know, I feel like Genty is going to be the Heisman winner.
Yeah.
So I feel like he can power
I just
them
think
to a
if
spot.
Army's able to go undefeated, and Boise State has the one loss, I think you can't keep Army out.
Yeah.
They're undefeated with a win over Notre Dame.
I do. Yeah, I get that. I mean, they're going to have to win their conference. No?
Yeah, 100%. They'll have to beat Navy, who's
Yeah,
a
they're
good
going to
team
have to
this
beat Navy.
year.
Yeah.
So,
I just feel like Genty's just too good to miss out on the playoffs this year.
okay.
So you had Army too.
I have Army as
Okay,
well.
yeah.
11th spot. Who do you have?
Little surprise pick. I got LSU here.
LSU. You
Yeah.
think they'll win out?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I think they got a good. Yeah, I think they'll win out.
Good
yeah.
shot. Okay.
I got Texas A&M in the 11th spot.
Same thing.
Oh.
I have Texas A&M.
It's a good pick. I feel like Nussmeier, he's outside looking in as the Heisman candidate, but yeah, I
He's
mean
a
he's
good
pretty
player.
good. Yeah, they just beat Ole Miss.
Sat behind Jaden Daniels.
Yeah,
People thought he was going to transfer, but he stayed there. Didn't matter. He's backup, and now he's shining.
yeah. Again, just beat Ole Miss, so
Mhm.
I feel like they're gonna get a roll on and get to the playoffs.
At
Yeah.
the 10,
Now this better not be the same as yours. I got Ashland Genty and Boise State at 10.
you have two group of 5 teams.
Yeah.
Oof,
Really?
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay. All right. Who do you
For
have?
10, Georgia.
Georgia. Okay. I have Iowa State at the 10.
That's a good pick, but
I think they could keep it up.
yeah, I mean Georgia's gonna lose this week, so that's 2 losses now. And
I don't know if Georgia's going to lose.
No.
I don't know if they're
Georgia's
going
gonna lose this week. That's 2 losses now. I mean, that'll push them probably to the 10 spot. They're not gonna get into the SEC championship game.
Okay.
So,
At the 9,
I got Alabama at 9.
Alabama. Okay.
A&M at 9.
I have Penn State at 9. Okay.
Good pick.
But at 8, I have Alabama at 8.
I got BYU at 8.
Okay.
For 8, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah, they're gonna beat Alabama this week, but I
Okay.
think they're gonna get one more loss after that.
Okay. 7th spot,
You got it.
Miami.
I got Ohio State.
Okay.
I got Penn State.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
6,
Alabama.
Alabama.
6. I'm gonna switch my pick here. I think Georgia's gonna win, and Georgia's at 6th spot.
Okay. I have Texas. I have Texas versus Texas A&M rematch. And I think it's Texas at the 6th spot.
At 6, Texas?
Yeah. I think you'll see. At the 5.
5.
I got Ohio State at the 5.
Same.
Give me Penn State at 5.
Penn State. Okay.
Yeah, Drew Eller, he's becoming the player that we thought he was going to be. Last year, obviously, was his freshman year, so he's not going to be the best.
Moving the offense a little more.
Yeah.
Drew Aller really broke out this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Showing his true potential.
At the 4, I have BYU. Win the Big 12.
Yeah, BYU.
BYU.
I got Iowa State.
Iowa State.
winning the
Okay,
Big
so you
12.
have Iowa State win the Big 12. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At the 3.
I got Cam Ward and the Miami Hurricanes.
Okay.
Yeah, I have Miami as well.
See, I actually have Clemson beating Miami.
You got
Really?
Clemson in the ACC?
Yeah, so I have Clemson at 3.
It's a hot take.
That's a nice take. Yeah.
At 2, this is where I have Georgia. I have Georgia winning out.
I
I think
know
they're
about
going to
that.
beat Texas. I think
I've got Oregon.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Oregon at number 2.
I think Oregon might have the opportunity to
Oregon
win
at
out.
2?
Yeah, I got
And then
Oregon
I
at
have Oregon at 1, actually. I think
Ooh.
Oregon's going to go undefeated this year.
Yeah.
I think-
I got Texas
Yeah,
State
me,
at 1.
me and Logan both have Texas.
Yeah, I
at
don't
1.
see him losing to anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to win the SEC probably comfortably. I mean,
They might lose.
who are they going to play in the SEC championship? Bama or Georgia?
I think it could be a rematch of Georgia, Bama.
Yeah,
Or Texas, Georgia.
yeah. I mean, that's probably the most likely matchup at this point.
Mhm.
But Texas is going to win it.
All right, so now we're going to move on to the NFL. Just got a couple things to say about that. Bears were able to dominate the Jaguars in London. How can they continue this success?
Yeah, Caleb Williams has to. He's really fit in. He's warmed up to the NFL play style, faster play style. Yeah, so Caleb Williams just got to keep making plays.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, Caleb Williams just has to. He's still, getting adjusted to the
Yeah,
speed,
only
obviously.
a rookie, but-
he's picking it up a lot better.
Mhm.
He's getting better every week.
First couple games start out rocky.
Yeah,
but
against the Titans, it was week 1, his first game. I
Yeah.
didn't think he threw for 100 yards.
Texans, he didn't have a great game.
Texans, yeah, no, not a great game.
He started picking it up. So.
Texans is a hard opponent, though.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
Texans are
100%.
definitely a good team to play, especially week 2, second game as a rookie. But yeah, Caleb Williams, he just needs to get the ball out to his receivers. DJ Moore, Keenan Allen had 2 touchdowns. Cole Kmet had 2 touchdowns. Odunze is there as well.
Yeah.
And they just got to rely on their defense. Their defense is really good. Matt Eberflus coaching up the defense.
Yep.
So, yeah.
They just re-signed Jalen Johnson to a big extension. One of the best corners in the league, so.
Yeah, I think they could be a good team and give it a year. I think to be a really good playoff team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs this year.
This year, yeah,
That
I
might
just
be a little
think
bit
it's
of a
really
stretch,
young
yeah.
team.
And
But give it a year or two.
It's
I
stacked
think
NFC North, too.
Yeah,
with
which
the
is-
undefeated
NFC North is
Vikings.
crazy.
Yeah,
They got
yeah.
the
Lions
Lions.
up
Yeah.
there.
And the
But not
Packers.
playoffs this year. Yeah, I
give it a
predict
year or
them
two.
9-8, 8-9 record
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
for this year.
Speaking of, we were just
next year they're going to really step it
We
up.
were just talking about the Texans. They're absolutely rolling right now. Is C.J. Stroud a potential MVP candidate?
Yeah.
As he was last year before he got hurt.
Yeah, definitely. He's one of my favorite players in the league. I think he has multiple Super Bowls and an MVP in his future for sure. And
Really?
I can see them getting to the AFC Championship this year.
Okay. I think they got a great team.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud, sophomore year, a little more experienced. And he's playing like it.
And they got more weapons. They got a better team than last year when they won a playoff game.
Yeah.
And they got Joe Mixon,
rookie,
Stephon
yeah.
Diggs, Nico Collins just got hurt, but he was on fire.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, C.J. Stroud, I can see him easily being in the top 2 or 3 as the MVP candidate. But, yeah, I mean, Nico Collins just went down. So, C.J. Stroud, he's still going to have to step it up without his main guy.
Mhm.
But, like Logan said, they still got a lot of weapons around him. Diggs, Tank Dell, obviously, still there.
Yep.
Joe Mixon, they just signed. They're improving on the defense, and the offensive line is pretty strong. C.J. Stroud can just sit in the pocket behind them. And if there's nobody open, he can run as well.
Yeah.
So
He's definitely a playmaker. He's got a
Yeah.
very good
And
arm.
I think they're going to win the division comfortably.
very
Okay.
talented arm.
I see 12 to
not
13
many
wins for the Texans.
that division's very weak. So I think
Yeah, the Colts aren't that good. I mean,
Jaguars have been playing
Tennessee's
awful.
seriously weak. Jaguars
Yeah.
aren't good. So, yeah, Texans win it comfortably.
The
Jane-
Colts, though. Anthony Richardson. He was very hyped up in the offseason.
Yeah,
but
and he keeps getting hurt.
Yeah.
I drafted him on fantasy this year.
I know a lot of
So,
people did. My brother
yeah.
did. He's not.
I drafted him on fantasy this
Yeah.
year, and of course he's hurt.
yeah, who told
Yep.
you not to draft him?
Yeah. Yeah, I was told not to draft Anthony Richardson, but you
Did
know,
it anyway. And
Yeah, I still picked him, and he's hurt again. But
That's how it goes.
you know, we're still doing good in
Still doing
fantasy
good?
football
Still
this
doing
year.
good? All right.
Yeah.
All right, Jaden Daniels on the uprise as a rookie. He's got to be the rookie of the year favorite right now.
for sure.
100%.
I think. Do you think they're able to win that division with the Cowboys looking really bad right now?
Yeah, I think right now, the Commanders got the NFC East locks.
Yeah, the Commanders probably have it easily. The Eagles are looking like a wild card team. The Cowboys are looking like just terrible, and the
Yeah.
Giants
Yeah.
are still,
Giants are just the
Giants are still the
Giants.
Giants. Yeah. So yeah, I think the Commanders. If Jaden Daniels can just keep playing like he is, I mean, their defense is terrible.
All right, only a couple more games we talk about. We were just talking about the Cowboys. Is it time for Jerry Jones to get out of there?
Yeah. Jerry Jones needs to get out there. I think his ego is just way too big. He never spends in free agency. I mean, they could have signed Derrick Henry this offseason. Their running game is terrible.
They didn't even call Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I mean, they could have given him $8 million. And
Instead, they went back to Zeke,
Ezekiel Elliott.
and he sucked.
Ezekiel Elliott and Dalvin Cook are in their
Yeah.
backfield. Their defense is terrible. They just let up 47 points. Yeah.
Yeah. Is Baker Mayfield, the way he's been playing so far, he had 3 picks, but I don't think 2 of those were his fault. Is he a top 10 quarterback right now?
He's definitely a top 10 quarterback, yeah.
I think he's still on that fringe, top 10. He's like
11, 12.
Yeah, he's like 11, 12.
Okay.
There's definitely an argument where you can see him in the top 10.
Yeah.
But I feel like, you got like the big 3, Mahomes, Lamar, Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stroud.
You got Stroud,
Yeah.
Burrow.
Yep.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
feel like Baker
Goff,
Mayfield.
Even Goff up there.
Goff is definitely top 10.
Yeah, Hurts maybe.
Hurts is probably top 10.
Yeah.
Joe
And
Burrow's
maybe
still top 10.
Even Jaden Daniels this year.
Jaden
the way he's
Daniels,
been
yeah,
playing,
you could put him up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think there's a lot of great quarterbacks. So yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, Baker,
Last thing I want to talk about. You guys are both Raiders fans. How do you feel about that Devontae Adams trade?
Well, I feel like we won the trade.
Really, Devontae
Because-
Adams going to the Jets, reuniting with Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, yeah, you could say we only got a third round pick, could become a second round pick. But you got to also look at the cap space it freed up. The Raiders have over $106 million to spend in the offseason, with guys like T. Higgins becoming a free agent next year.
Yep.
I feel like we can definitely make a splash in free agency.
Okay.
Yeah, they. I think both teams won the trade because the Jets are looking like they want to win now with some older veterans.
Yep.
And the Raiders are looking to rebuild, looking
Yeah.
to draft a quarterback, sign a bunch of people in free agency with all that cap space.
Just got Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
I mean, Brock Bowers is probably our best offensive player
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. With Devontae gone.
Yeah, Devontae's gone. I feel like we're just going to tank this year, honestly. I feel like we're going to tank this year.
They should.
We need a quarterback, desperately, and we need a running game. So,
Yeah.
the defense is obviously solid. Yeah.
Nah. Can be.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you for tuning in to this first episode of the Sports Lounge. Catch us every Thursday night at 7 p.m. right here on the Cougar Network. Once again, I'm Joey Antonucci. Thank you to Sebastian and Logan for joining me today. Have a great night, everyone.